All righty. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to C&V Sunday, the best Comicsgate Sunday show that's out there, because it's pretty much the only Comicsgate Sunday show that's out there. It's easy to be number one when you're pretty much the only one. So I'm happy to announce today that our guest is Pops Van Zant. Thank you so much for showing up on the show today. How are you?
I'm
All righty. Hello, hello, hello.
Let me fix
C&V.
I want to make sure this gets shared out.
Okay. Absolutely. Let me I've got a couple of things here to do real quick. First, we're going to be talking about a lot of the projects that he's got going. For starters, Mojo Risen, Darkness Rising Issue 1, which is now available at Kickstarter. The link to that is in the description below, should be the first link. He's also got Chromecon 6 that's going to be coming up. I guess this is going to be, you're going to you're going to broadcast this on Facebook.
Yes,
is that correct?
This will be our 6th one. It's on YouTube and Facebook. It's on Indie Comics Cast on YouTube and Comics Cast on Facebook.
All righty, and let's see. You've got you're also doing something called Indie Crowdfund, which looks. We'll talk about that in a few minutes, and also you've got your own.
That's Indie Cast. That's Joe Tolliver's network. That's where I run all my shows out of, and where Chromecon comes out of.
Awesome. And should have 89 subscribers now.
I don't think this. I want to go back to that for a second. We have 4,000 people on the Comics Cast Facebook page. Okay.
Okay.
We have 1,500 people in the Comic Related Madness. We have 88 subscribers. Okay. We get all kind of views because we broadcast through all three platforms, through all three things, and then it gets shared out everywhere. And
that's awesome.
A lot of views. But our YouTube channel gets zilch. I don't know why. I just don't know why.
Well, building up YouTube subscribers is not particularly easy thing to do, and I
artist grind, and it's like I put that link and please subscribe on everything.
Yeah. Oh, me too.
Nothing.
Well, you're just there's so much competition, and I've gotten to over 200 on mine now, but getting to the first 100 was really tough. Just constantly grinding it out. A little easier getting to 200, but now once you get to that point, it's like, well, the goal is 1,000, because that's when when you can monetize. And supposedly once you get to 1,000, it's actually you get put out there a lot more in the search engines and so forth, and it makes it a little easier. So at any rate, that's the next grind. But we've got your YouTube channel here, and very quick, I need to plug my own stuff. First is Tilt 2, Superheroes Meet the Sopranos and the Sopranos Get Whacked. This is part 2 of my comic book series Tilt. This is the sign up page, and if you sign up, you will get a free Tilt magnet with your purchase. So do sign up. The link to that is in the description below, as is to my Tilt Part 1, which is still funding. There are a few copies left, but they are going fast. So do get yours very soon. All righty. Let's just briefly here talk about the kind of the news that hit everyone by wow. I mean, I don't know what else to say other than
obviously they kept it private in the family, and it hit everybody else like, wow.
Yeah, it was a stunner, and that is Chadwick Boseman, who I'm sure many of you know as Black Panther, but also 42 actually has for a number of years been one of my favorite movies, because I actually know that whole story pretty well.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like I'm kind of a genre stuck person. I like sports movies. I like
me too.
Swords and sorcery and comic type movies and stuff. But I mean, Draft Day.
Yeah, I actually enjoy Draft Day.
Good movie.
Yeah.
42, obviously, Gods of Egypt. Those are
Well,
my genre. And dude stepped in and I mean, yeah, I know who he is because he's in some movies that I like. And, it's like, I don't pay attention to actors because.
Yeah. Celebrity opinions.
I quit paying attention to actors a long time ago because I have a plumber and I don't care about his opinion either.
Hold on for just a second. Yeah, well, don't worry about it. That needs to be washed anyways. Thanks, bud. We had a little, just had a little tiny bathroom accident, little tiny one. So we're good. But yeah, I mean, I like 42. I never thought a baseball movie could approach anything like Bull Durham, but 42 comes pretty close. I mean, one, they've got a great cast in there, and two, they put the movie together really well. Kind of my favorite part in this sense is that when the some of the white players are going around with the letter of protest when they're down in, I think it was Costa Rica or Panama for spring training, and they don't want Robinson on the team. They head the second baseman, the second baseman, Eddie Stanky. They go to his room and he says he's indisposed and can't sign it. And then, like a few days into the season, you have the scene where the Phillies coach, whose name I can't remember, is just, N-word, trying to provoke him. And at one point, Eddie Stanky's had enough, goes over there and confronts him. What made that, and it works because, Stanky, because he didn't sign the letter, you get the sense he wasn't on board. It then, it's like, going over and confronting him is something that he would do because, he doesn't have a real problem with Robinson. In real life, though, Eddie Stanky was actually one of the organizers of that letter. All right. But Robinson so won him over in the first few weeks that he later did go and actually confront the Phillies coach. But if you were to do it that way, it just, in the movie, it wouldn't make a lot of sense. It would look, it would be like, So even though it's historically not accurate, it actually makes, it makes logic, it's logical. They
were trying to get across to our era what was happening back then. And how much history gets stomped on anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of my problems with Hollywood. Hollywood has ruined a big part of the comic industry.
Mm-hmm.
With a lot of the crap that has flown downhill. I mean, I'm not happy with the direction.
Yeah.
And it's because
I think you're gonna have to excuse me. You can continue this. I have to go. Okay. I gotta go wipe a bum.
Yeah, I got
you. Be right back.
So while he deals with his child, which I know the feeling, I've had to wipe an ass myself. Not very much recently, though, because they're all potty trained now. But yeah, we have. This guy was great. And taken way too soon. Probably would have been in some more great movies and would have been, an old Morgan Freeman type of guy, if not for cancer. Cancer's a bitch, man. It's it ain't good for none of us. But yeah, as far as Hollywood influence on our comics, man, they need to leave us alone. They really do. We don't need their opinions. We don't need their
sorry about that. Yes. So yeah, you were saying that Hollywood has crapped on a lot of things, and I think you and I are very much in agreement on that. With regard to Boseman, I liked Get On Up, and I actually don't have a major problem with the with the Black Panther movie. He's I did kind of enjoy it, and you know, there are a number of Marvel movies that I don't like. I've probably got a list of about five or six that I really don't like. Black Panther's not on it. Now, it's not a great movie. All right.
Black Panther didn't bother me because it didn't ruin source material very much.
Yeah, and
they kind of went, they're a private country over there, and they kind of dealt with it like they're a private country over there, but trying to open up just like they are in the book. And they did okay. The movies where they just trash source material make me cringe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't want Sandman, Venom, and Goblin all in the same freaking movie. They were eras. They were decades apart.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's that. Come on, man. Give us something that's, especially us older guys, the ones that are buying all this stuff.
Yeah.
Us a little bit.
The only thing I don't like about the Black Panther story, and this is, I'll admit, somewhat subjective for me, is this whole notion that a country would be that advanced after cutting itself off from the world. World doesn't work like that. You advance by being open to the rest of the world, at least in willing.
In the alien technology, that's why they're advanced.
Well, yeah, all right, fair enough.
It's not because they were just blowing past the rest of humanity.
No.
They had help, just like the Avengers have a little help with some alien tech. Everybody, I mean.
No, you're right, but I just the thinking that. Hold on a second. Hey, Charles, none of that. I'm on the show. Okay. All right, bud. If you want some candy later, remember you need to be good. Daddy, do I need to brush my teeth now or not? You can brush them later if you want. Alrighty, sorry about that. I get what you're saying, and it's a total loss in so many ways, and because he is a good actor. He's not, he's certainly not obnoxious. I mean, he makes his opinions known, but he's
guy that would have been Morgan Freeman in 30 years.
Bring me the remote.
This guy would have been Morgan Freeman in 30 years. Everybody would have been hanging on his every word, Yeah. I mean, every quote would have been a meme. It's like, probably will be now anyway, but I mean, he still had 30 years worth of quotes to give us.
Yeah, it's
it
really is a tragedy, and my heart sank a little when I saw that. I'm like, I had no idea. Did anyone have any idea? I mean, I think
a live show, and I got off the show, and then it was like the feed was full of it, and I was like, whoa. Because we didn't know about it. We were doing a live show, and it was like just went into the live show, nothing, come out of the live show, Chadwick everywhere, all over the feed, Facebook, Twitter, everything. And I don't know if you noticed, but I'm like really new to Twitter. Okay, it's like I've tried to avoid being part of the Twitter cesspool for a while, but I'm trying to promote stuff. And, it's like you kind of got to go to that next platform. That's how I found you. It's on Twitter. Okay. Because, I've stuck to Facebook for quite a while just because I can control, I have my group, and my group's a real good group, and I can keep it comic related and networking and promotions. And that's what we do, But Twitter, you can't control that. It's just a cesspool of ick.
Twitter is definitely at times the toilet of the social media world. I guess you could kind of. I was looking at this picture of his. I think he did a commencement address at Howard, where he went to school, and I look at this, and I guess you could kind of look at tell something was wrong there, maybe, but. You have to kind of look at the picture before you really realize it. If you just saw this for a few seconds in a newspaper or online, you wouldn't say, "Oh, something's automatically that he's sick or something." So, I mean, his family really and stuff really kept it very tight-lipped. So, alrighty, let's Do you have a screen you want to share? Let's talk about whichever one of your projects you want to start with, please.
I didn't even have anything set up. I figured that's why I gave you all the links.
All right. No, let me do that then.
Okay. I mean, because I can. I'm not real good at it, but I can.
No, I can.
Look, I'm a rookie to all this. Okay.
I totally understand. All righty, let's see. Hopefully, Mojo Rising. There we go. You want to start with that one, or do you want to start with a different one? Because I've got them all lined up.
This begins with the Facebook group, Comic Related Madness, which we created back in October. And right after I created the group, I got a Facebook hammer for 30 days. And I had to create a new account because you can't keep me down. I'm going to be out there, right? I just created a group. I have to be out there taking care of it, right? So I made a new account, and my new account, I came out, and my buddy Raj Mahan, who's the creator of Mojo Rising, he's the one that took this Pops Van Zant and turned him into a comic book character. So it began with this group, Comic Related Madness on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go to Mojo Rising because Raj turned me into a character in a comic book. So we talked about this book from December till April, and we were ready to launch. And in April, COVID.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, maybe not. So we got a new colorist, added some pages, made it better, made it a lot better, put together a decent campaign, and just launched it here last month. There's 4 days left, obviously. You can see that. It funded in 48 minutes. I put a lot of work. I mean, we all put a lot of work into making sure that people knew about this book before it came out. And then when the postponement came, we let everybody know that, hey, we're not just going to sit on it.
Yeah.
We're going to make it better. We're going to make it better. You're going to like it more. We're going to give you a better product for the delay. So
awesome.
We talked about it for 4 more months. I mean, I've heard a lot of people talk about how do you get a first time campaign? How do you? And I was like, hey man, all we did was talk about it a lot. We teased some art. We teased about the story. We talked about it. Now, personally, myself, I'm in the book and I'm a comic fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I told Raj, I don't want to know. I want to read the story when it is here in my hand. Okay, so I know a little bit like what the basic description of the book is, like what's in the campaign there, but I don't know a whole lot more because I don't want to know. I'm a fan. I want to read it as it develops. But he turned me into a character in this book. That's Mojo Rising. That's the anti-hero. It's Snake Hera, who is like the devil on his shoulder.
Okay.
And no matter how good he's trying to do, he's always got her going.
You see
what I'm saying?
Nice.
So I'm like kind of a human sidekick, guy, his like liaison to people to help him with his battle against all the bad people trying to steal the magic. Because after it's post-apocalyptic New Orleans, and New Orleans is the seat of all magic in the world.
Yeah.
And all the bad guys from everywhere want the magic.
There's a comic out there on Indiegogo called God's Hand, which is
Anthony,
also
yes,
he's been on my show. Real fun guy, real nice guy too.
Yes, I'm a friend of Anthony. He's a good dude. And I'd really like it. I really wish we could have got some kind of crossover action done with him. We did something with Luke Stone and Travis Gibb. We had connecting covers with their voodoo guy and our voodoo guy. And you could get their cover and our cover.
That's awesome.
That's the package I got, of course. I had to have them both. But,
Sure,
like I said,
sure.
It's a great book. I mean, they're already halfway through book 2. This book is done. When this campaign ends in 4 days, it goes right to print. There ain't going to be no delays.
Yeah. That's a good model to have. I did that with with first issue of Tilt, and I actually launched in late March. I was lucky. A friend of mine said, we should have a talk about what your goal is going to be, because this is the pandemic's going to affect it. And I was like, yeah. So I know I set it about 1,000 lower than what I had. And I think what I could have had without the pandemic, and it worked out. But yeah, that's my model as well. I wanted to get this thing to the printer as fast as I could and ship it out within about a month, and which I managed to do. So, so yeah, that's a great model. Let me bring this back up in a screen that I can share the audio, and let's play the video here. Alrighty, let's go to this. Alrighty, and can you see the video?
Yes, I can.
All right.
These are the characters you're gonna meet. Bayonetta. She's like Mojo's ex-girlfriend, and she ain't a happy camper. That's Selena Van Zant, Pop's daughter. She's not happy with her dad. She goes to the dark side. That's Brute, the battle pig, working for Bayonetta. Oh, look at that guy. See that guy right there. That would be moi. Yes.
There you go.
And there's Mojo, the man. That's our little thing. That's our Russell Oldham print right there. That's part of the book. I think it might be the back cover of one of them. That's a Manny Soto and Edwin Artex Padillo cover. I also have a couple others I wanted to show you, or a couple things I wanted to show you.
You want me to scroll down for you?
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead. These are the guys. Raj Mahan is the creator and co-writer. Manny Soto is the co-writer and interior artist. Edwin Artex Badillo is the colors of fire. I'm telling you, the dude just totally changed the quality of this book. Keith Braun, the letters. It's under the Third Empire banner, which is Greg Harms. He used to be partners with Roman Morales III. I don't know if you know that.
Oh yeah, I know. I know. What's his Rags Morales is his nickname, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
that's where Third Empire comes from. He passed a few years ago, and Greg went to the family and said, "Hey, man, can we start this back up and get Third Empire rolling again?" And they gave him their blessing. So the Third Empire lives again. We also have backer rewards, not just stretch goals.
Yeah. Okay, so you're up to 119. So
right. When we get to 125, not only are they doing a backer reward for the 125 number, but I'm personally throwing something out of my own collection in. The first book I ever appeared in a cameo is The Crew #2. And
all right.
I have a copy of this, and I've never signed a comic before, and I'm going to sign that first cameo of Pops, and I'm going to give it away to somebody, one of the first 125 backers, or actually when it gets to the end, it will just be every physical backer will be in the drawing to win that book. But they're also, as you can see, they also have a 125 backer reward that they throw random stuff, sketch cards, random stuff into packages. Each time we get to a different backer level, we throw something else in there. Not is to get people to come read it. The money's going to pay for the book.
Yeah.
The object is to get people to come read it, because we're halfway through book 2, and we want people to come get book 2 too. Actually, book 2, my grandson, he was 6 years old, and he created a character, and Manny took the character concept in the little drawing that Isaac did and created a character, and that character is in book 2. So, I got a 6-year-old character creator in the house now.
and he works for Cookies, right?
And he's going to be published. That's the cool part.
Yeah, he's going to like that.
But I mean, these guys have been so amazing to me and my family, obviously, including us in their book. But I mean, they were including me in it, so I worked my ass off to bring what they're doing to as many people as I possibly could. You know, I've done shows. I created a show to do shows. I mean, it's been a blast. And the fact that it funded 48 minutes and all the pressure was off right away has made it really fun to just promote it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I ain't out there going, come on, man, guys, we got to fund. We haven't had to do that since 48 minutes after it launched. So, you know,
tell people a little bit, because you mentioned about making everyone aware of it. Just tell people, you know, what you did in that phase or that process, because you know, it would be helpful for other creators as well. If you don't mind.
That's kind of what I was saying. I created the group.
I see.
At the time we had, you know, I guess, let's say we created the group October 23rd, and probably in December when they hit me with, we put you in our comic book, we probably had 300 people in the group. And when I say showed it to everybody, I'm talking about my little teeny group, because I didn't know crap about crap back then. I just created a group and was trying to make it, you know, trying to get people from the comic world to come in. Now, I did have a lot of good friends from other groups, okay, in the base core, like the first 100 people, we had like Brian Polito, and, you know, I mean, just, I had a lot of friends that were industry people already from other groups that all joined my group right away. So we had 300 or 400 people, and you know, okay, this is my world now. I'm promoting, I'm showing this to people, okay, I'm sharing it, and we're sharing it out to other comic groups and just trying to get it seen as much as possible. I told you I'd get an appearance. You say hi?
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Yeah. What kind of shirt you got on, boy? Oh, it's them. What are they? What are they? PJ Masks? Yeah.
We have a.
And he has a drawing to show.
Hey, that's good. I like it.
What is it, dude? What is it?
Rescue robots.
Rescue robots. Awesome. Yeah, I've got mine is a big fan of PJ Masks as well. Oh yeah. Yep. That's the big thing these days. Very very nice grandson. Hang on, let me bring that back. Sorry about that.
So yeah, I mean, it was a fun project, and like I said, I don't want them telling me too much of the story because I'm in it and I'm a fan. I'm a fan first. That's the whole thing. I wasn't a Comic-Con creator. I was not a comic promoter. I was none of that. I was a fan and a collector. And the group, and then COVID just changed everything in my life. Everything. You know, there's our empire right there.
All right, now here's our PJ Mask, and he has his drawing too.
I see.
Yeah, I did it at school.
Oh, you did this at school, and who is this?
Optimus Prime.
Yeah, that's right. It's Optimus Prime. Very good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Does Optimus Prime wings or not?
You want to what?
Does Optimus Prime has wings or not?
Oh, okay.
Does he? Where's the wings?
You did a nice job. You got the body red and the head blue. I mean, got everything. You got it going there. Well, I'm not sure that's Optimus Prime, buddy. He doesn't. I think that might be Starscream.
That's not DC Optimus Prime.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Maybe it is Optimus Prime. Well, maybe it's Optimus Prime with the flight wings. He did have those in one of the movies. Not sure how. Not sure how loyal that was to the or true it was to the source material, but whatever.
That's okay when they're that age, as long as they're picking up something and they're not drawing on the walls.
There you go. Very very important.
I mean, I have art everywhere, man. Actually, this found its way to my desk the other day. And my grandson Isaac gave me a ticket to the Mojo movie. Okay. I showed this to Raj and I was like, you guys know something I don't? What do you guys got planned that I don't know about? Talking to my grandson behind my back. I'm getting a ticket to the movie already.
All right. You know? All right. So what else you want to say about the comic? And then why don't we move to
what I was going to say. This kind of segues into Chromecon because
all right,
we got to April and we postponed the launch of this is because of COVID, obviously. And it was like, okay, we're stopping that. But wait a minute. I got all these creative friends in my group. And at this time, by April, we're talking about 700 people, you know, and it's mostly creatives of all, you know, I mean, there ain't no political crap in my group. So everybody just posts their stuff, networks, gets along, promote. It's promote network. It's not argue about who's doing what. I'm anti-cancel culture.
Yeah. You
know, so I'm like, what am I going to do for all my friends? They just had all their cons shut down. They're not setting up tables. They're not making no money. I can't go to the cons. What am I going to do? In April, we decided Chromecon 1. And we put together a online con, and there was so much enthusiasm for it that it wasn't just 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, but it was all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, doing what you and I are doing right now, me in a live stream, hosting one guest after another, after another, all day long. Okay, so it was a blast. I had a blast. I got to meet all kinds of people in the industry, you know. But I'm going to show you my organizational skills at the time. This paper plate is the guest list for my first con, and you can see how it ended right there, right?
There you go.
That's how we ended it Sunday night with Brian Polito.
Yeah, awesome. Now, folks, for anyone under about age 18, this is what we did before we had Excel files.
Yeah, man.
We had a piece of paper and we made a list, you know.
Look, I'm going to do
and a paper plate's not a bad idea because if you have lots of pieces of paper, you can lose your list. You have a paper plate, it's going to stand out. You're not likely to lose it.
Because I went online and I jumped in with both feet. I'm no organizer. I know nothing about nothing. I got the idea and I went right out to my group and I said, okay, guys, the first weekend of April, we're going to do this. If you want to be involved, hit me up. And people started hitting my inbox right away. Bang, bang, bang. Because like I said, there's a lot of creatives in my group. So I'm like, what can I needed something to write on right now. That was the first handy thing, was a paper plate I had just used to eat a sandwich. And that's what I did. I wrote the whole guest list. See the back of the paper plate, because I had just used it. So I turned it over and, you know, Saturday and Sunday. And then Saturday and Sunday were full and I still had people banging on the door. So I said, all right, we'll open up Friday too. And so the first one was all 3 days and that kicked my ass. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, okay, we're 2 days from now on, guys. You know, we're gonna chill that out a little bit. But back then it was, like I said, it was me doing a live stream all day long, one guest after another. Now it's pretty much your time, your slot, whatever you want to do. If you want to bring in your creative team, if you want to have a panel, whatever you want to do, if you want me there to do a Q&A, if you want me to get the hell out of the way, it's, you know, I mean, I don't even care anymore. Everybody gets to use their time however they want. And it just works great. It's entertaining. People watch, you know, I mean, people watch because we're having fun. It's not high pressure sales. It's not somebody out there going, buy this book, buy this book, buy this book. It's not an auction. It's, you know what I mean? It's like, you get to meet people. You get to learn about people. It's like, I have a list of off questions. Stuff that, you know, that nobody else asks.
Like what?
Know? Like okay, let me just. I actually do have a notebook now for those who care. But like, I want to know, like, who's your favorite author? What's your favorite band? You know, the stuff that's just a little bit outside.
I don't know if I've got a favorite author. Judas Priest is my favorite band.
Oh, see, there you go. See, I can learn a lot about people by the type of music they like. You know, I mean, it's a Thrawn thing. Art, you know, study somebody's art. You know what they're into, what they're about. Yeah, I'm one of those.
All righty. Anything else you want to? So this is going to be this coming Saturday and Sunday, correct?
Yes, next weekend.
And do you just tune in by going to the Facebook page? Is how do you?
Well, there's Indie Comics Cast on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay, the Comics Cast group on Facebook broadcasts it, and the Comic Related Madness, we broadcast it there too. And then all my lovely people in my group share it out everywhere.
Awesome.
So it gets seen. You know, I mean, the first one we had, like, I think Phil said over 500 shares out of one group. So it got shared to one group and then got shared out of that group like 500 times. And we're just like, yeah, a lot of that might be to the same groups or, you know, whatever, but people were sharing it, and that's all we care about. You know, exposure is king in the COVID age.
Well, I'll be sure to make a mention of this on my Tuesday show. I'm also going to be putting up a couple of non-live videos this next week, so I'll try to make some mention of this as well, because this looks really like a lot of fun and a really good idea too. So
it's been, I mean, the whole thing is it's the demand has always just everybody's like, do it again, do it again, do it again. That's why we're on Chromecon 6. If Chromecon 1 would have sucked, I wouldn't have done it again.
So when did you do Chromecon 1? Like, how many of these have you?
That was the first weekend in April, and we've done it the first weekend of the month every month.
Oh, wow.
We're going to keep doing it the first weekend of the month. And like around the 10th is when I set up the registration for the next month, and it's first come, first serve. You know, first people hit me up, they get their slot, the time slot they want. And
where do you? Sorry, it's a little self-interested here, but where do you sign up?
Yeah, in the Madness, I put up in the Madness. That's okay. Like I said, that's where everything for me originated out of. So that's kind of like my home.
You know what I mean? Here's the Facebook page.
And that banner right there, that's part of another program that I do for promotions. If you're in the group and you give me a banner that says Comic Related Madness and then portrays your project, I'll put it up there. I have a rotation every 24 hours. I change the banner.
Yeah, I noticed. What's his name? He's my letterer. He also comes on my show sometimes. Jason Meadows, the Tales from Nerosville, was up there earlier. So I was like, oh, okay. So
yeah, if they send it to me, I put them in the rotation. It's
awesome.
Not something they pay for. See, all this for me has been about trying to help people out from the beginning. That's what the Madness was created for. It was a networking and promotions group, and that's what it still is. It's not a politics and who can beat who group. You know, there's plenty of those. You know, this is about trying to get your book seen by as many people as possible. You know, that's all. And that's what it's all about. And it's the same if you want to move on next now to the indie crowdfund. The same principles apply to the web to that project as applied to the group.
Before we do that, do you mind if we have a little fun here?
Not at all.
All righty, let me bring this on. I found this. This is one of those things that popped up in my Twitter feed this morning, and I was looking through it. I was looking for some fun things to do on the show, and this one, and normally well, I'm not saying I'm not having fun with you. What I meant,
you're looking for fun on Twitter. I dive out of there every day as soon as I can. Drop some promos and get out.
Well, usually it's I'll say I'm lucky. I have a nice group of supporters on there who do make it enjoyable. But yeah, I was looking for something. Usually, I go to like the UPI's Odd News, which is usually quite enjoyable. But this one has just said some, pictures here, and I started looking through them, and I'm starting to laugh, and it's like, darn, this is actually a good one. So, all righty. So these were just pictures that that were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess AN loves AL, or so that's one. Let's see what's here. Oh, this one I titled Dick Move. I hit your car, but I'm pretending to write my info because people are watching me. Hope you can fix it. Good luck.
Thanks for the DNA.
Oh man. Oh man. Yeah.
Okay.
Woo!
I'm hoping that's the airplane picture. Yeah.
Jeez, I mean, I was on a plane the other day, and a guy was refusing to wear a mask. Oh Lord, and boy, jeez, this might actually be more deadly than COVID. All righty. This one was called, when you're friends. Take a look at this guy's face down here. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, dude, lift her up for him.
Yeah. Whoops.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Now this one I do wonder if real or if someone photoshopped these in, but yeah, that would really suck.
I can't imagine being up there without a strap on your glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, coffee. Good coffee. All right. Okay.
Turn left.
Okay.
Public education there, right? Yeah. Now this, if you want to know, is the difference between men and women.
Yep.
Car's burning, he's mad, she's like, yeah.
My wedding day. Hey, now my son and his girl are getting married next month, the first weekend of the month.
Congrats.
So I have my co-host and fellow admin of my group is going to be hosting the con next month because I'll be tied up in a tux and all that. But I'll send pictures. It'll be the first time anybody's ever seen me in a tux other than an Alice Cooper costume.
Awesome. All righty. Whoops. Ouch. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna leave a mark.
Now, is that real?
Well, that's the other thing. I wonder if whether or not this is
ball
Photoshop.
would not be that clear in a photograph. That would be a blur.
I suppose so. It would also depend on how fast the film that you're using is too. But you're probably right. I'm
just thinking somebody ain't got one of these.
Yeah. There you go. All righty, and let's see what else
that would hurt though.
Yeah.
Got your phone.
Yeah. I tell you, there are times I hear people on the phone, and boy, this is just a great way to get rid of it.
I own a cell phone. I've never activated it. Serious business. I've never activated that. I use it like if I'm sick of sitting in the chair and I want to go lay down, but I still want to see what's going on. I'll use the Wi-Fi to see what's up in my group. That's it.
Wow.
I leave the house. That's my time. Nobody's calling me, telling me I need to be somewhere else. None of that. Just like the way I grew up. Okay. That's my time. I don't have no leash. I don't have no leash. You can't look at your GPS and see where I am because the phone's still sitting over here on the damn desk and I'm out.
Yeah, fair enough. All righty. Yeah, here's a good one. I don't know. I'll say this. If I ever was really desperate for money, I'd put on like a Speedo, go to the beach, and see if people would pay me to put my clothes back on. I wonder if this guy's strategy this is his strategy. Pay me to keep me, pay me and I'll stay out of your picture. And they didn't pay him.
Or you could say, give me money and I'll tuck it and fold it over outside so you can't see anymore. And the more money you give me that I tuck into this skirt I'm making, the less of my junk you'll see, and just keep giving me money and I'll cover up.
Very, very, very true. Now, ouch. I don't know how exactly you managed to do that unless you were eating something and you fell asleep. But ouch. And then, oh yeah, this maybe was my favorite.
He ain't happy.
No, not having a good day on that one. All righty. Let's finish. Let's go over to we'll go over to we'll go over to indie comic
Indie crowdfund.
Yes, indeed. Here we go.
What I want to say about this right off the top is tomorrow we're going into what they call pre-launch mode, where we will help people set up their campaigns and start working out the bugs. It's a new site. It's going to have a bug or two, Oh,
yeah.
Okay, my connection to this web page is I am the executive vice president of marketing. Okay?
All right.
I'm the one promoting it. Okay, I'm not the one building it. I can direct people with questions, and we want people to go look at every aspect of this page. We want people to go look at it and send us suggestions. Send us your questions. Let us know what you think, what more it would need to get your attention. Because right now, if you go ahead and click that yellow X right there and get that.
You want me to play the video
not
first?
Yet. Not yet. Okay. I want you to see this part right here. Bringing the retailers to the indie community, which has always been where our wall has been for indie people, is getting on the shelves. Well, big two dummies are opening up some holes on the shelves. Now's the time. Okay? So we're approaching retailers. And we're getting retailers to register with the page, and they will be able to go look at the books and pick the books they want to put on their shelves. The indie creator's job is to set it up so that it's financially feasible for them to want to do so. In other words, 50 comics, a 40% discount. You understand?
I do. So I could
creator, get to go in there and set up what kind of a discount you want to give retailers for each quantity of books that you think they might be. Like if they want 10 books, okay, I'll give them to you for 80, at 80%, or whatever. Just you get to set those numbers. You get to offer the retailers your books for a price that makes it feasible for them to put it on their shelves and sell your books. Now, look, I'm a fan. Okay, I am a fan. I am sick of $10 for shipping for every freaking book I want. I'm tired of it. Get your books on the shelves, y'all. I want to go to the LCS and I want to be able to get God's Hand and Mojo and all the books that I want in one trip without paying $10 extra for each one.
Now, do you when you talk about the discount? No, that this is a great idea. I really like this.
Discounts you set.
I suppose I could tell retailers, look, if you haven't sold X amount of books,
no, they're going to buy your books. It's not how many they sell for you. They're
going to buy the books, right?
They're going to buy your books.
Okay, but I could tell them, I could say as my discount, look, if at the end of the day you've only sold 15 of the 20, you can send the 5 back to me and I can refund you that money. I could offer that.
I don't even know if we're gonna need that, but we'll drop that in the suggestion box.
Okay. No, I'm just spitballing here because I'd like to put my stuff up here eventually.
I'm looking at it like the retailers aren't gonna jump in and like say, I want 50 copies of that right away, unless it's something that's really hot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They might get 10 copies of your book, and if it goes off the shelf, they might get 10 more or 20 more. You see what I'm saying? It's like at first they're probably not going to jump high unless, like I said, it maybe if Polito jumped in and threw Lady Death up here, they might want to get 30, 40 copies of that on the shelf right away. You know what I mean? It's like I said, it's going to build slow. I'm going to work on this for a year. After it starts this pre-launch tomorrow. And, I'm figuring in a couple of weeks, it should be rolling pretty smooth. But I'm going to be working on it for a year before I see where it's going to go.
Sure.
I mean, we've talked to over 100 retailers. We had 3 that said no. We had 27 register before it even launched. We got 60, 70 retailers out there looking to see what happens. And that's all we've approached so far.
Right now, so you're going to have to wait. Okay.
So, like I said, we've only approached 100 retailers so far. We got 27 that signed up right away, that registered right away. We got 60, 70 retailers out there watching to see what happens. We're gonna.
Now, I don't know if you can. I'm actually heading to my comic book store today, so I'll be sure this is on my phone and show them. I'm sure you can't mention your clients, but
I mean, it's Mike and Mindy Wheeler are the ones that built the site.
Okay.
I've been
I mean the retailers. You may not be able to.
No, that'll all be basically so that they don't have people just cold calling them.
Gotcha.
There's not a retailer list. The thing is that the retailers can go look at all the books.
Gotcha.
They can order the ones they want.
Understood.
And then it's like kind of, you kind of, the main thing you got to look at though here is first retailers, second, 3%. Okay, I don't know if you looked at Indiegogo Kickstarter, but 5 to 8%.
Oops, sorry. Hang on here. My bad. Let's go back to this. Yeah.
So 3%.
3% platform fee. Hit your target audience. Exclusive retailer tier perks. Be the change. No, this all looks good. This all looks really, really good.
Those 2 people right there, Niobe, Larry Higgins, and the Flying Sparks. I'm pretty sure those people have already committed to setting up a campaign. We have Black Tigers already committed to setting up a campaign. I'm pretty sure Mojo's gonna start a new one when 4 days when the Kickstarter is over. We're trying to get some people out there. We want your books like I said, I want to go.
So this is going to be like a Kickstarter or like
a crowdfunding.
So like Kickstarter or like Indiegogo as well. Right. It's not just matching you up with retailers.
Right. You can do whatever. It's creator control. Okay, you get to do whatever you want. You can offer it to retailers. You can offer it to the fans. You can offer it to both. We are opening that door. If you look at the fulfillment perks, look at up on the blue bar there where it says fulfillment.
Yes.
Okay.
Click on that.
Because we partnered up with real companies in the industry to make this happen. Now there's Square Peg that will help you design the graphics for your campaign.
All right.
Okay. We have printing fulfillment with Ready Comics and Comics Wellspring that will do like a little extra like discount because you're working with us. Okay, because you're working through us. We got Mix'em also offering printing, but I think they're a little on the higher level or higher cost a little more.
Yeah.
And Easy Ship also. Grading fulfillment. We got CBCS is offering discount to work through our website. You want to get some books graded? There you go. You got partnered up with them. They're involved. The Clear Choice.
Wow.
Gemini.
Wow.
And Gemini came on board not just with bags and boards, but they're trying to put together the actual shipping fulfillment package for our people as well. So it'll go straight from print to ship, and you will be sitting at the golf course on your cell phone going, oh, I just sold 80 books. That's what we're trying to do for you guys, man. We're trying to take the work, make it so that you can actually work on what you do, which is write and draw. Okay?
Awesome.
I'll do the promoting. I'm offering my services in marketing and promoting for free. I'm not charging anybody on this site for my promotion of their book. Anybody that gets in gets the pops, the pops effect. That's what I like to call it, because I try to make things happen for people.
Well, I've got the campaign for Tilt 2 coming up here in probably about a month, maybe a little more. I'm definitely
going to have the bugs all out of it by then, man. And
no, I'm definitely gonna. Sorry again, I hit the. I keep doing this to the screen, so
that's what I hate, them share screens, man.
Well, I know how to do it. It's not. It's just I wish there was something that was their share screen. Well, just real quick, their share screen's got certain features to it that I don't. Some I do like, some I don't. So
right.
But at any rate, how do we play that video real quick?
Okay, you go back to the home page and just click on it, and basically that video. This is the people that are giving the input. Okay, and we want input from everybody.
IndieCrowdfund.com.
Really glad that I found IndieCrowdfund.com.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Sterling with Alter Ego Comics and Games here in Baytown, Texas. I wanted to talk to you about something that I was presented with. It's called IndieCrowdfund.com. Awesome idea. The whole premise is you are crowdfunding indie comic books and also give the chance of having retailers having these indie comic books into their shop.
Crowdfunding indie comics is not a new idea. Coupling that with access to retailers and giving retailers access to the newest indie projects is a new idea. Something I haven't seen before, and I believe can possibly change the game.
This is one of the best ways, I think, that I've seen since the beginning to get crowdfunded and to work building this incredible indie comic scene through our local retailers, which is the wave of the future, to be completely honest.
Hi, my name is Mike. I'm part owner of Poor Boy Comics here in Las Vegas, Nevada, inside the Boulevard Mall. And I just want to let everybody know how important it is for us to have indie comics in our store.
My name is Juan Mudo, and I sometimes work and volunteer here at Sonic Comics in El Paso, Texas. And we're proud to partner up with Indie Crowdfund.
Y'all nationwide, man.
Yeah.
An exciting independent comic books at our store.
I'm Jamie Pierce, co-owner and operator of J&J Comic Books and Games. It's important for us to carry independent comics because it gives our customers a variety of choice. These are comics that can think outside the box and also can one day lead to the next Donny Cates.
I have backed multiple campaigns on Kickstarter and Indiegogo, and my thought is there's a huge hole in the market for a comic book specific crowdfunding platform. So that's one thing I really like about IndieCrowdfund.com. It's specialized. I'm a big supporter of my LCS. I can feel good about supporting creators and supporting a platform that is supporting that part of the business.
The independent industry is definitely overlooked.
Not every indie creator is able to get their books onto store shelves. This gives the retailers a chance to see what's really coming out of the indie community, not just the bigger companies.
But we carry a large selection of independent comic books, and the reason why is they think outside the box. Not like the 1, 2, and 3 big guys. They come up with new artists, new storylines, new characters, and it keeps it very exciting. Robert Kirkman, he started as an indie artist. So the next Robert Kirkman may be out there with IndieCrowdfund.com.
I'm an indie underground artist. I'm unpublished. I do my own stuff. I publish my own artwork. IndieCrowdfund.com puts me in a specialized place. I have the freedom to do what I want and to work on something that I want.
Someone who may not be able to get a campaign going on Kickstarter because it's politically incorrect, or it is maybe an unpopular political opinion, I like that there's a big focus on not censoring creative voices.
I love the fact that the indie industry has pretty much become the active part of the comic industry. Things are big. Things are getting bigger.
It's also giving everybody an opportunity to see these things and they're not let these things get buried.
It gives us an opportunity to get books in our store that might not ever find room in our shelves because of not getting exposed.
I am very in support of this. I cannot wait to see what they do with this, and it's a fantastic idea.
IndieCrowdfund.com. I'm glad I found it. I really appreciate it.
We're counting on Indie Crowdfund to help us get these new and exciting stories and artists and authors into our store.
Be part of the new revolution in indie crowdfunding.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
And you have that little slogan right there. Better, cheaper, no gatekeeper, bringing the retailers to the
nice
community. That was me. I come up with that because that's what I do. That's why they brought me on board. I'm an idea guy. I talk to people. I want input. I want input on this, guys. Go look at the whole site, okay? You see, we have a feature request bug report because, like I said, we're doing a pre-launch tomorrow. Nothing comes out perfect, guys. It's not going to come out perfect. There's going to be this or that you might have a problem with or a question about, and we want to get these things handled as quick as possible and get this thing running smooth, man, because come on. This is how you do it. This is how it makes it for a fan like me to go down to the LCS and get your book and your book and your book and your book one time and come home. Not pay $10, $10 to get them books sent to my home. I can't do that. That's why I can only buy a few books because I'm killing myself on shipping and tchotchkes. You know?
No, hey, I hear you.
This is the goal. The goal is to get indie creators everywhere, man, and give you guys a chance to sell your books to the walk-in customer. The walk-in customer that sees the Superman book and the Mojo Rising book right next to it.
Yeah. Well, retailers definitely need a shot in the arm right now because, you know, they are, I mean, we've gone from what, 10,000 to barely 2,000 shops in the last 15 plus years. So, yeah, it's
we are that shot, guys. We're that shot. You know, we have to keep them going, and the way we do that isn't just by going and buying DC and Marvel. The way we do that is by putting the books we want in their store and buying them.
All righty. Any last things you want to say here, and then so we can just wrap it up?
Dude, this has been great. I totally appreciate you bringing me out, man.
All righty. Well, I appreciate you showing up and putting up with my my little endearing distraction.
Every show I have the same, you know. I mean, appearances. They always do. But they're all part of what we got going on too. They all love the comics. They read the comics. That was the youngest of the four.
Yeah.
They go from nine to 4. You know, they're in that range right there. So I'm really having a blast influencing them.
Yeah.
With the comics and the you know, the whole game. Like I said, I got a 6-year-old comic character creator here that's going to be published next year.
Yeah. Well, my 4-year-old's into it as well, and it's great that I can share that with him.
Yes, we have to remember.
My dad was never into comics, but you know I am, and he is, and it's great.
Just remember, there won't be comics in the next generation if there's not comic fans in the next generation. Cultivate that in the kids, man. You got to.
Very true. All righty, everyone. Thank you. Thanks to Pops Van Zant for showing up and sharing all this really innovative and just great stuff with us.
Join the madness.
Oh, yeah. Well, you look at this stuff and all of a sudden it's like, maybe the future for comics is better than we thought it was. So awesome.
That's the whole thing. 2020 for me has been such a year. We tested positive in this house. Okay. We all were, you know, got through. We're all good. Okay. No. My whole life changed the direction of my life. I was a Joe comic fan, and now I'm like part of what's going on in the industry. Okay. Like, and this has happened in a 6-month period. you'd have never been able to convince me that creating a comic book group was going to turn me into all the different hats I'm wearing and change my life so much. But 2020 has been kind of good to me. I hate to say that, but it really has, because it gave my life a direction, and I really never had one before. So, just to show you that sometimes bad situations can lead to some of the best things in your life, man. Roll with it, power through it. We're all gonna make it, adapt and overcome, man. That's the best thing I can say, And rip Chadwick.
Yep. All righty. Thank you, everyone. And till next week, have a